So, I hear that you guys want to know about the four forces of flight. So, as such, that is what I will be giving you. Okay, so the forces of flight you have thrust, lift, drag, and gravity. Or the gear. So say that this aircraft... Oh, fuck. So say that this aircraft was flying. Its engines would provide thrust, well, that is terrible. To the plane, whilst the rest of the plane would apply drag. And this drag is what slows the plane down. Another thing that can slow the plane down is its weight. Gravity. To increase range, you need to add weight in terms of fuel. But that would also slow you down because you are too heavy. You would need to burn off fuel in order to maintain sufficient lift. And this lift allows you to counter the weight and gravity, whereas the drag and thrust counter each other as well. So in order to have complete stable flight, you need to have an equilibrium along all. This equilibrium will allow you to fly perfectly level at a maintained speed. Say, for example, you are at 2,000 feet, which isn't very high, going at 180 knots, which is the standard units when talking about aircraft. 2,000 feet in the air and 180 knots. Which is pretty fast, considering the weight of the aircraft is probably somewhere around maybe 10 to 15 tons. Oh, that is... which is terrible for the aircraft because it increases weight and therefore drag is increased. That weight reduces as you continue flying, therefore increasing thrust output, but also decreasing it. As there is less fuel going to the engines, and as such, the engines slow down. Because you are moving at slower speeds, the drag is also decreased. And as the thrust is decreased, so is the lift. I hope this helps. I'm a terrible teacher in this. But, I genuinely hope that would help you guys understand how to fly the 4 forces of flight. If you want a better explanation, go watch someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson or someone with a aeronautical engineering degree, because it is surprisingly difficult to explain how the 4 forces of aircraft work. Similarly, when in flight, let's say that there is turbulence caused crosswinds, and as such, the plane is shoddy. If the plane was perfectly balanced out, it would return to regular flight. If it was positively balanced, then it would continue on before stabilizing out. If it was negatively balanced, it would increase, and as such, your flight would be in shambles. Hope that helps. Planes also move along the 3 axes of rotation: left and right. So along the z-axis, the x-axis, and the y-axis. I don't know why. I struggled to draw that. But along the y-axis as well, so that it can pitch itself and maneuver adeptly so that it can outmaneuver its opponent enough to keep it alive to complete the mission. But you can go watch documentaries to go more in depth with everything that I have talked about here. Documentaries, better explanations can be found on YouTube or on streaming services if you really look hard enough. Or if you just search up how do the forces of flight work, you can get a lot of answers very quickly. Anyway, so I'm gonna go now. Hope you find this useful, if not interesting. I am a total failure in teaching. Bye-bye.